stand up. Don't forget the fight. You gotta get up, stand up. Don't forget the fight. Solidarity with those that have struggled. Maku and me.
Anu in the house, kia ora. I'd like to thank everybody coming here today to show their love and solidarity for the Aotearoa 18. I'd like to say on behalf of my ancestor spirits of this country that we stand in solidarity with the people of New Zealand, our brothers and sisters, our Indigenous brothers and sisters over there, being oppressed, being terrorised by racist, illegal governments. And we're veterans of that in this country. Australia is an illegal occupation. And everybody in this country is living off the proceeds of that crime. Today, there's no treaties, there's no consent, there's no right to occupy our land or apply your law to Aboriginal people. We stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters all around the Pacific, and we blame these dogs here. Australia and New Zealand are two of the only 4 countries that voted against the Indigenous Rights Declaration in the United Nations. Shame! Shame, all right! It's a disgrace to this country, and who in the hell would want to be Australian anyway? Where's our treaty in this country?
When I first came to Australia, like the second day I was here, I went to a protest in Sydney talking about sedition and very similar issues, and I sort of stood up and got a bit smug and we, you know, solidarity from the Kiwis, you know, we know what it's like, but you know, we're not as bad as you guys. I was a little bit smug, but I'm not anymore, and I apologise to anyone who was there that day for my smugness.
Primero voy a saludar a todos nuestros hermanos en castellano. Estamos muy felices de estar aquí hoy día apoyando a nuestros hermanos de la comunidad maori, los Tuhoe o Pa community, como nosotros lo conocemos. We are very happy to be here today supporting our brothers and sisters from the Maori community, or the way we know them, the Pa community. Dear friends and comrades, thanks everyone for to be here today. We would like to demand the release of all our brothers and sisters from the Maori Tuhoe community, arrested the past week only because they are organizing and rebuilding their communities and exercising the right for sovereignty of Maori Tuhoe people. We can say that today the ruling New Zealand class are intimidating and oppressing the people who are not obeying the neoliberal policies, and the repressor state use the so-called war against terrorists to label all those people who are fighting and stand for their rights. We need to increase our support and solidarity for those who are fighting and organizing against capitalism and its neoliberal policies. We need to coordinate more each other in this everyday struggle. To help the freedom of our people, we need more commitment from our behalf in our struggle to build a better world. As my people, the Mapuche people in Chile and in Argentina, are winning their right to be here. And they are winning the heart of the non-indigenous people, because without unity it will be impossible to win. But we believe in the unity of the people, not in the unity of groups or political parties. We need to unite the workers, women, students, same-sex preference, the poor people, the indigenous people, in order to build links through all our struggles and be able in the near future to build a people's movement to confront global capitalism. Dear comrades, thanks again to be here with us, and I'm very proud to be speaking here in representation of my indigenous community people, and we are going to continue fighting for the freedom and the self-determination of our people. Thanks.
I want to put a call out for solidarity, for having solidarity with all the crew in New Zealand who've been arrested and who are being persecuted. We've seen similar things here. The stuff that's happened to the G20 arrestees is very, very mild compared to what's been happening to Indigenous activists in this country for a really, really long time. And I hope this is a bit of a wake-up call to people that when they come for the Māori in New Zealand, when they come for Indigenous activists here, they are coming for all of us when it happens then, not when they kick down our doors in our more wide breed communities. And we should be having solidarity with those people whenever it happens to them, and not just waiting until they finally pick up the white trade unionists.
I think this scaremongering is aimed not only at the general public, but also at the left. They want to try and hinder us from organising, they want to try and scare us, and it's aimed at driving us back into campaigning around the defence of activists rather than being on the front foot and campaigning against the sort of horrors of the system that we're all used to. There's a definite trend internationally that the state is trying to criminalise all forms of dissent and all forms of protest activity, and I think that's something that we're going to be seeing a lot more of in the future, and it's one of the reasons why we're out here today and we have to be continuing to campaign against these anti-terror laws, because when we were campaigning against the introduction of the terror laws here and people like Raina were campaigning against the introduction of the terror laws in New Zealand, we raised the point that these are not going to be used against terrorists. That's a minor thing. Most of the state's resources are going to be putting in to monitoring the left, to cracking down on activists. We see here today we've got our friends from the Australian Federal Police taking photos all around the crowd. There's another point that needs to be made, is that there's a group of people in New Zealand who have been going around saying that they're pretty keen on getting involved in terrorist activities, that they're pretty keen on setting up armed militias, that they have got guns, and what we've seen is that the state hasn't targeted these people. Who I'm talking about here is the far right. These people have been open and honest about the fact that they've got weapons and the fact that they've engaged in training camps. You go on the internet, you can see 1,001 photos, but it's not the right wing that they're concerned about at this point in time, it's the left. These people are involved in violent activities every day, and it needs to be noted that they're not the ones that are being targeted by the state, it's only the left.
So much yellow students, really warm, kind-hearted.
The terrorists are the ones that came here and stole our land. The terrorists are the ones that committed genocide. The terrorists are the ones that stole the children away. The terrorists are the ones that still believe in bullshit things like assimilation. How dare they call Tommy Iti a terrorist? In 1916, his two Poneroa Kenekena faced sedition charges for standing up for his independence against the New Zealand colonial state. I'm really sad and angry that they've done it to my elder, to my kaumātua. And I want to especially give out my anger to the police that brought in a bus full of Māori children going off to their language nest in the morning. Shame! Shame! The pigs over here pepper spray Aboriginal children all the time. Where are we then? Where are we then? The police kill Aboriginal people and children in this country like shit every day. Where are we? How dare they treat our children like that? I want to pay my respects too to our brothers and sisters of the Four Winds. We're really lucky to have our sister, my Butcher sister here from Great Turtle Island. I want to pay respects to Sean Brandt, he's a Mohawk warrior who's fighting similar things in the criminalisation of his people's struggles. I want to pay my respects to Lex Burton, my hero and fellow alleged rioter. I want to pay my respects to Leonard Aotearoa, who has sat in a prison cell for over 30 years. The only crime of his is being an Indian man defending his land for his grandchildren's grandchildren. Political prisoners everywhere. To my brother, Uncle Nsari, bro, where are you? We miss you. We love you all. To people here of all races and all nations that come together to express love and solidarity. That's what makes us human, and that's what will change our part of the world. Kia ko tahi rā te moana nui a kiwa. Let us around the Pacific Ocean join together and be one.